at least on paper, he's a member of PDP. And of course, we're talking about APC state primaries here. And Fubara, the last time I checked, is an APC member. He defected to the APC. Him and so many other political heavyweights that defected from different political parties to APC with the aim of continuing their political aspiration. But it looks like they are not getting what they bargained for. Now, joining me to help analyze this is Destiny Takon. He's a legal practitioner and a current affairs analyst. Mr. Takon, Barrister Takon, rather, thank you very much for joining us on Matters today.
Thank you so much, Solomon. And I'd like to say hello to our listeners.
It's been a while. It's good to hear from you again.
Same here. Thank you.
So let's take a look at APC today with plenty turns and intrigue going on in that party. Now, there have been a lot of issues going on with political parties in the opposition, from PDP to Labour Party and to ADC. There was supposed to be a coalition, to help fight APC and Tinubu out of office. Too many issues to count in the political parties, in the opposition parties rather. But the last couple of weeks, it looks like is the turn of APC to have their own issues, because at the end of the day, so many defectees into the party. It looks like there's a lot going on behind the scenes, because right now some of the persons that have defected to APC with the aim of continuing their political ambition under that platform, looks like they're having huge fights on their hands. The latest is with the current River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, that he and his allies that all defected to the APCs failed screening done by APC in the state. What's your take on this new political intrigue going on in APC?
Oh, well, it's interesting, but it was not expected. When you look at the gladiators, they're very infamous gladiators, actually. You should just say gladiators or be giving them the honor they don't deserve, as far as I'm concerned. They're very infamous gladiators, led by Wiki, some Wiki. That should have, the governor should have seen that coming, given the extent to which they went and all of the troubles he had with him as his principal before he decided to defect to the APC, only in the hope that that would secure him a second ticket. And also, like Oshomole used to say when he was the party chairman, APC party chairman, so that all his sins will be forgiven. Yeah. But maybe his sins only now have been forgiven. But it does appear, it's very apparent at this juncture that the second term dream for him has become a fallen. It has become a fallen hope. It has become something that cannot be attained. If you look at the antecedents of the rivalry between him and Wike, before the intervention of Tinubu, you would know that Wike was going to wait for him at the appropriate turn on the road ahead, to give it back to him, to prove to him that River State is in his hands, and also that he's his principal, and he's also exercising federal might right now, being the minister of the very powerful minister of the Federal Capital Territory. So for me, I have no sympathies for the governor, the incumbent governor, for what and his co-travelers, those who defected with him to the APC. No sympathies for them. I had even felt on grounds of honor that But of course, that's absent in the Nigerian political scene. I have thought that he was going to honorably resign at some point, or just say, look, okay, if I'm going to do this term as the state I would, I'm not going to run for a second term. So, no sympathies for him, and I'm not crying for him at all.
Now, let's take a look at the influence of Wike here, because, I mean, on paper, he's still a PDP member. When Fubara defected to APC, it is assumed that the influence of Wike over him will wane. You remember the infamous state of emergency that was imposed on Rivers State by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was assumed that once he defects to the APC, his problems in Rivers State and Wike will come to an end. We were expecting that the APC leadership in Rivers State will back Wike, who is now a member of their party, against Wike, who is working with APC, yes, but not a member of APC, a member of PDP. How do you explain what's going on right now? I mean, Wike is a member of PDP, not an APC member. I would have expected that the leadership of APC in Rivers State would back Fubara against Wike.
It's a puzzle of some sort, but it is not such a puzzle that is difficult to unravel. Wike is only nominally now still in the PDP, but actively in the APC. He's only there for the purpose of, putting, how do I put it, for doing the yeoman's job of throwing in bottles and throwing in stones on the wheel of the PDP. We've seen what has happened with him as Minister of the Federal Capital, withholding licenses or withdrawing them and closing down venues of PDP rallies and meetings and all of that. No genuine party man would ever do that. So it is the arrangement. And I dare to see ostensibly between him and the leadership of the APC and, Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ensure that the PDP is destabilized. He is remaining in the PDP only for the purpose of destabilizing the party. He is not a PDP member anymore. It is very, very glaring. Let's say, in the spirit of party politics is like cultism. It's like witchcraft. It is like, that's what it is. It requires total submission. You cannot be one leg in, one leg out. You cannot be in the PDP and be in the government of the APC and be working overtly against the PDP. Ideally, you're not, the proper thing to do is to completely expel you with finality from the party. But we know that they control the judiciary. We know that they control INEC. We know that they control the entire electoral machinery, And so they are there doing whatever they feel like doing. And then when you go to court, you get the judgment that that's why they always go to tell you go to court. From the beginning, you remember, when Obi and Atiku, what was it? Go to court, yeah? And then you think that, I'll go to court, and then suddenly I have to say this, but it's the truth. We saw what the judgment was.
Yeah.
And we've seen what several judgments have been subsequently in the political landscape. So it is meant to be a paradox, but it's actually not. It is simply a scheme, a political scheme by the leadership of the APC and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to ensure that opposition, the PDP doesn't reckon anymore as any opposition or strong.
Now let's forget about Wike in PDP for a moment. It is the Wike in APC that is intriguing. If we, it means with what's going on right now in Rivers State shows how influenced Wike is in APC. We know how how influential he is in PDP, but this situation here is beginning to show us just how influential he is also in APC, despite the fact that on paper he's not an APC member.
Yes, the influential, yes, because I think for every politician, and especially for the character of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in politics, you know how he builds his political edifices, his structures. You know, right from when you remember when Wike was still the governor of Rivers and in the PDP, you know what he did for him. Even as one of the most supposedly most powerful, most influential governors and members of the PDP, he sold out. You know, and today he's reaping from the sellout. I mean, and we know that he has actually, in spirit, and not in by letter, not in the letter, in spirit he has defected to the APC. And so I am not surprised. For me, I have been a follower, a good observer of the politics of, Central Bola Ahmed Tinubu over the years, the extent to which he would go to get what he wants, to whatever extent, as it were. So putting subterfuges here and there, and, it's not anything unfamiliar with him. We remember the beautiful Bishop's saga at the very beginning, and all of that. And so the drama in Rivers State is signature Tinubu. That's what it is. It is just for him. It's just a style. And so one can read, being a good observer, that's exactly for Fubara as it were. Now it's just a case of dog eat dog. And so that's why I say I will not cry. I'm not crying for him. It's dog eat dog. And so when dog eat dog, no one cries, because he turned out to be a dog when he decided to walk out of the path of honor, to be subservient, and went to Abuja, made compromises, and subsequently, the party. I guess that only saved him from impeachment. That was the best Fubara deal. That's the best deal he got from it. And Wike is showing him that he didn't deserve any better deal than that.
Now, this is definitely sparking tension with some APC officials, including national leadership, who argue that a non-member should not dictate party decisions. But clearly, it looks like, despite all that, they still have a huge influence within the APC. What does this mean for the cohesion of APC?
Well, that's where the real question. You and I know that the power that he wields in the Rivers State is not his own powers, but the powers of the APC leadership, and especially the presidency. And you know how power resolves around the presidency in this country. So there's nothing. The only thing that this would work out, if for the good of the opposition, and the opposition now is represented, in my view, by perhaps the NDC, because during the ADC, as it were, you see that the APC revolves around the person and office of the president, while the opposition, for quite a while now, is revolving around the person and image of Peter Obi. You saw the tsunami that happened with the Labour Party only because of Peter Obi. We saw the acceptance of the ADC only because of Peter Obi. And now he's moved away to the NDC, and you see the overwhelming acceptance. That's a party that was in existence, but was not anything to reckon with. But suddenly, like Labour Party is becoming prime time, prime news, because of P2P. That's the nature of our politics. That's where I'm going. It's saddening. And that's why you see that the office of the presidency and the person of the president wields powers beyond constitutional powers, beyond conventional powers. And only because the people seem to have this cap in hand attitude of, following whoever is in authority and mystifying that office and that, and the person of that, the person that occupies that office. So what's really happening in a way will be to the benefit of NDC and perhaps ADC and perhaps PDP. Those are for now the only three opposition parties of that one can reckon with or repute, so to say. The others were just like NDC was until P2P went in there. So there's going to be a bit of a tsunami again. I'm very sure of that, because through this, with so many people defecting into the APC, how many opportunities do you have to go around?
And that was the next topic, next part of the discussion, rather, because it's not just a Fubara problem. We have so many other defectees complaining. Before Fubara, the other political heavyweight that have come out to complain was the immediate past governor of Cross River State, Ben Ayade.
Yes.
Before him, Cross River State has been a stronghold of PDP. Nobody would have thought it to come to the hand of APC, but it did, courtesy of Ben Ayade, and it was expected that his defection will take his political ambition to the ascendant and dancing. But unfortunately, about 2 weeks ago, he came out to cry that he's been told to step aside because of a consensus candidate, because the news was that he was supposed to contest for the Senate.
Yes.
But it looks like his political and ambition has been cut short because of a consensus candidate that is obviously not him. And he's Fubara, former Inspector General of Police, and so many other persons now are going through the same problem. It looks like their political ambition has been cut short instead of going forward. Some will say this is karma.
Yes, indeed, it is karma. It is a karma. It's karma, and it's like they chose to dine with the devil and forgot to go with the long spoon. Because it was almost unimaginable not too long ago, in some few years back, to imagine that the South, which was a core PDP stronghold, would, so to say, fall to the APC. But why did that happen? It happened because those who were supposed to be the gatekeepers of the PDP in the South, starting from Wike, to Ayade, and Udom and Co. in Akwa Ibom State. And what did they do? They sold out. Selling out is the issue, is the language here. Selling out the leadership. I talked about so much, revolving around the office of the presidency in Nigeria and mystification of that office. It's the same thing that happens at the state level. Everything revolves around the governor, His Excellency. Everyone who is governor doesn't, it's like the Queen doesn't do wrong. There's all sorts of appellations and, all sorts of names that are meant to praise and edify and mystify their person and their office, until they step down, then you begin to hear all manner of talk, So it's the same thing that is happening. So they wield power such that they can, because of the level of followership, this subservient followership, stomach infrastructure followership, but at the state level, if they say we're going the direction of APC, even though he got in there as a PDP governor, all of the yes men whom he had given one appointment to the other, it becomes a condition. You go with me or you resign. And because I say the nature of politics in Nigeria at that level.
One would be tempted to ask, though, was there no arrangement between those defectors and the APC? Because I wouldn't expect that political calculation will make them just be running to APC if there was no understanding between the defectors and the political parties that are defecting to the governors. I mean, because the APC keep, shouting it as a huge victory and gain. We have 31, we have 32 governors in the state. One would have expected that those governors, those senators, those House of Representatives members defecting to APC should be expecting some kind of a reward for defection. But it looks like that's not the situation here, which means one will be tempted to ask now, what kind of understanding that went on at the background?
There was never an understanding. An understanding is a matter of agreement, it's a matter of consensus, it's a matter of minds coming together.
Shouldn't there be a consensus, though? I mean, you don't think those governors or those political heavyweights just defected to APC because they love APC so much?
I said two things. I said, like a serving one like Fubara defected because he thought that would give him.
Yes. For Fubara, that is understandable. And
I'm going somewhere else,
okay.
And secondly, so that his sins will also be forgiven. All right. So, for a lot of people, either those who are serving in the House of Reps, the green or red chambers, it is to ensure that they have the return ticket to the House, or even in the Houses of Assembly. Once the governor and the party leadership agrees with you, the nature of Nigerian politics, it is those at the top that determine. All of the primaries are a charade. You know that. They just go there and decide this is the person, or they just bring up money and give to the delegates and tell them this is the person. I made you a delegate. Because they even chose who should be delegates. Those whom they know would yield, would do their bidding. And then they decide how much money is given to them. And they tell them what to do. So there was no agreement, nowhere, no memorandum signed, no meeting where they said, defect. If you defect, we're making you commissioner. Defect, we're making you minister. Defect, we're making you this or that.
But that's usually the situation.
So I recall back in the days, in the case of Ayade, as we're discussing, when, one had thought, even when the, then, to travel abroad with a lot of them, more like you have preparatory to his being sworn in and all of that. You would have thought you'd be made a minister or something, as one of those who was relying on in this think tank. But they go that way because they have expectation. If indeed it was otherwise, that the party had promised each and every one something, then of course they would have had something to hold on to and say, but you promised me this or that. And also, in not too long a time, we would have known, because what goes around, all that happens is news within the party circles. If they had made a promise to this, to Alhaji this, and Dr. this, and Senator that, and Honorable House of Reps that, we'll get to know and so, but the same promise that was made to Alhaji this or Senator this was also made to that other person. So that means there's some untruths about it. No, but they are just simply collapsing in there for relevance because they think that there would all be something for them to get. But then that's why I say the opposition will be the beneficiaries.
Now, we will take a look at the opposition, but let's just concentrate on APC first. Now, you said someone like Fubara, we all expected that him defecting to APC would mean APC will back him in
for a
his
second term.
for a second term. But why do you think this is not the case? Because what we've seen it across board, in the sense that it's not just the governors that defect. Usually the governors, the local government chairmen, the states, House of Assembly members of that party usually defect to the APC. The same thing happened in River State, where Fubara and all those that were loyal to him all defected to the APC. Now APC now have rejected both Fubara and these 32 loyalists. What do you think? Why do you think that happened? Why do you think APC have rejected the people that defected to their party with the aim of a second term? Why do you think APC decide not to look at them?
Well, as to why they decided not to look at them, I would think, even though in politics, Nigerian politics, loyalty or antecedents of loyalty do not seem to count. But of course, I think that they may have thought that, look, or they knew why they are not honored, respected, or regarded might simply be because they know that we know the only reason you came here is because we are the party in government at the center, and you have expectations, and you know that without us, you are irrelevant. And so you're only here for that purpose, So rather than take them in and give them the pride of place which they expect, they rather see them as competition or as parasites, as those who are coming to take up opportunities. More like there's an xenophobic situation in South Africa, where the lady South Africans, I'm proud to say that because that's what it is, would go to shops of other Africans who are trying to eke out a living, doing honest jobs in their country, pull them out, and gruesomely, very saddening, murder them, because they simply see their presence in their country as competition or as parasites, whereas they are the ones who can do what those other people are doing. Okay, sorry, I'm not digressing, but my mind just went there.
Okay.
To say that, it's an analogy, actually, to say that is how long-time members or sitting members of the APC view those who defected along with poor. And I think that's why they're treating them the way they're doing.
Now, let's look at another huge factor, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, there have been people saying that that thought APC wouldn't find themselves in this situation. For one, the master strategist, as is popularly called, is the leader of the party, unlike the opposition where there is no figurehead. One strong figurehead, a whole lot of political heavyweights under one umbrella, not answerable to anyone. That's why it is no surprising that there are frictions in this opposition party. But the same thing should not be expected in APC, because they have one thing in common: loyalty to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. One would have expected that President Tinubu should be able to put all this huge ego in check, but it looks like if rumors or allegations are anything to go by, it looks like he's been very busy trying to allegedly scatter the opposition party, not knowing that there is trouble brewing in his own party, and now it's exploding.
Absolutely. We're talking about Fubara and the president being busy lobbying and bringing other people to the APC and not bothering to mend the house to accommodate them as they come in. It's one would have expected that, because we've heard that a lot of governors who have defected were lured with money. So
some of them have too much skeleton in their cupboard, so the APC is a cover for them.
No, I said that. When I said that, when Shimono said your sins are forgiven. So, so for two reasons, look, take this money and come in and become a member, and then you come under a shelter where your sins are forgiven. So it's so tempting to refuse. But having accepted that, what do you expect more? A position again? And that's why if most of them are not getting what they expect more than what they've gotten, one should not be surprised.
Because at least for one, ICPC and EFCC is not
following
them.
After them. And then also, they have come onto that party for that purpose to be shielded. And you also given money. So you have money given to you and you are sheltered. So what more do you want when there are so many other people and so many other mouths to feed, so many other interests to take care of? So
now, do you expect let's use the same frame that so many political analysts said of ADC bleed. Do you expect APC to bleed? Because for some of those people that will be aggrieved for not being considered, you should be expecting that there will be more defections from APC to other opposition parties. Do you expect that to happen?
I expect that to happen a lot in the coming days.
This is getting even much more interesting.
I expect to see a lot of that. Especially with Obi now well settled at NDC with Takon. We now know definitely the presidential and vice presidential candidate tickets already for in NDC, and I see a lot of the tsunami that's going to happen, because a lot of people will come to terms, especially what has just happened now, with the fact that look, being here would simply be a waste of time.
But wouldn't that be how will I say, a huge risk though? Because fair enough, they've not gotten the political advancements that they expected under APC. But considering the power that APC still have, there is no level playing field here. Let's be honest, between the ruling party and opposition, political parties, they still have the institution and at their beck and call. The INEC, there's still a controversy surrounding the INEC and their they were supposed to be non-partisan, and obviously there have been allegations they are not exactly non-partisan. The power of incumbency here, the opposition party have less chances compared to the APC. Do you still think these political heavyweights, considering all these, will still want to defect from APC to opposition party? Wouldn't that be a huge risk for them?
I think they would. I think a lot of them still would go if you've attained a certain level of stability, financially and otherwise, or societally, socially. You are better off in a position and strengthen your position. I would hope that with the strengthened opposition, you can take power tomorrow from the APC, than to just belong in there where there's no opportunity or no chance or no hope, where certain people are dictating matters and have their favorites, have their godsons, and where the future is uncertain or bleak for you. So it might be better for you to be a strong opposition, be in a position and make the opposition formidable, than to remain and also run, or just sticking there in the path, just be a number, a unit in the entire enumeration. So I think that people will still defect from the APC to the other parties, especially in this case the NDC. Don't forget, there are people who defect from the APC and take up tickets in the NDC. In a lot of positions. You saw how Winfrey became governor of Kogi State, how a lot of people became House of Reps and all of that, only because they took up the ticket of the Labour Party. I see that still happening. Very, very possible. Because there are certain states where the INEC, no matter how we know that they are non-partisan, or or rather partisan, that they can't do what they would do in certain places because they just can't do it. The truth of the matter is that incubacy or no incubacy, nobody lives his life at home, and that things that they can walk into certain places and do some things and go home without being bruised. That's why you see that in spite of what INEC have been doing, we still had a lot of opposition taking, position here and there, because you can't do that everywhere. And also with the amendment, except for the real-time transmission of results to the IRF of INEC, we also think that if people stand firm, even with that amendment to the Electoral Act, there can still be a lot of differences everywhere. Everywhere.
Now,
So the chances are there.
Okay.
But INEC doesn't have the kind of free hand it had in 2023.
Now, one thing is for sure, though, this is getting even much more interesting in the sense that the opposition parties are not the only ones in trouble. The ruling APC are also in trouble. Now, how can the opposition party take advantage of this? Because it's clear that the opposition parties are not exactly united. There was a huge meeting that happened 3 Saturdays ago where opposition political leaders had a meeting hosted by Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde with the aim of supporting a consensus candidate. We don't know who that candidate will be, but after that meeting, some factions of these opposition parties came out to criticize that meeting in Oyo State. The different factions, the other factions in the Labour Party that did not attend the consensus or the coalition meeting in Ibadan, the other factions in PDP, the other factions in ADC came out, and even Shore came out to condemn that consensus meeting in Ibadan, which shows the opposition parties are not exactly united in terms of forging a way forward and having an upper hand in terms of opposing APC and President Tinubu in 2027. So how do you think these opposition parties can take advantage of what's going on in APC?
Okay, well, I think I alluded to that earlier on when I said what's happening in the APC will be to the advantage of the opposition, because I talked about there'll be a lot of defections, to in the favor of the APC.
I get, but I guess what I'm asking is that would that be enough with these people just defecting from APC to these other political parties?
I heard your question. You talked about how they're going to benefit.
Yes.
So that's where I'm going. So I said I alluded. I'm just trying to say I alluded to that earlier on. But principally, there's nothing wrong. The terrain is broad, and there's still sufficient time for the opposition, especially in this case, the 3 very functional opposition parties, to reach out to members of the APC who right now they know to be agreed.
And that is the problem. Are they even functional? Because before Obi defected from ADC to NDC, ADC looks like the only political party that served like an opposition. But now ADC has been decimated, thanks or no thanks to the defection of Peter Obi and to Atiku standing his ground that he must contest the next election, despite lots of Nigerians expected it to be zoned to the south.
Absolutely. So whether Atiku standing alone as ADC, or what, like I just said, for now, 3 Okay, I use functional. That's what you appear to be
Yes,
concerned
exactly. They are not exactly functional. I mean,
about.
PDP is a shadow of its former self.
Yeah.
Labour Party is in disarray. ADC, that was a functional opposition party, has been decimated, thanks or no thanks to the defection of
Well,
Peter Obi to
they
the
can be
NDC.
resurgence. They can be resurgence. They can be a revival of the PDP and ADC through what I just said. Wooing aggrieved APC members, currently aggrieved one, and subsequent one, because a lot more are going to be aggrieved as the days go by. So one of the things they can do, politicians hold their meetings strategically, whether at night or whatever time, in various occasions as they agree. One of the instruments they can use is wooing. They can go out to woo them into their parties, to try to give it the kind of leverage and vibe and verve that it had lost, either for the PDP or the ADC. But principally, we know that for now, the trust or direction is with the NDC. So even if it turned out to be the NDC alone as a very functional, formidable opposition, they should employ the same strategy.
But will that be enough, though? Will NDC be strong enough to battle a political giant like APC? Because you remember what it took for PDP to be ousted. About 5-6 political parties had to band together under a bigger heavyweight. Talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it took a lot for them to oust PDP, and this is not PDP we're talking about here. We're talking about APC. Those people, if political analysts, opinions are anything to go by, they can do anything to remain in power. So it will take something more than Peter Obi and NDC for APC to be ousted, don't you think? Which means a lot of these political heavyweights need to step down, need to put their political and personal ambition aside, to support one party, one candidate, as was the purpose of that meeting in Ibadan. But we're not sure this is going to happen, because we have a lot of big egos that want to contest the 2027 presidential election, and that will be a problem.
I still see that happening. I'm very
really
easy.
I mean, you're quite optimistic about that.
Very optimistic about it. Very, very optimistic about it. Now, it may not involve the position here. Now, may not involve all three of if Atiku is hell bent on running, then of course, let him stay with the carcass of ADC and run. So it's very possible that the PDP and the NDC can still work together and produce a consensus candidate. That would be formidable, And don't forget, the labor movement, the tsunami, that Peter Obi represented with labor, was not so much. It was all around Peter Obi. There were no political giants known in the Labour Party other than Peter Obi. And so now we have Kwakwanso with him, a very powerful northerner. We know what that also would mean. And all of the political works that have been going on over time, Peter Obi and the North, and what every reasonable Nigerian now try to see and say, look, the Southeast is part of Nigeria. And if you quarrel with the agitation for Biafra, then you should satisfy what gave vent, to that agitation. And so I still see a lot happening, with PDP coming together with the NDC and Peter Obi being there as a factor.
That means you're expecting someone like Sheyi Makinde to align himself with ADC and Peter Obi sooner or later.
Definitely, and every other remnant of the PDP juggernauts, those
ones that will defect to APC later, or from APC rather.
The labor movement, the obedient movement is still alive.
Okay.
The obedient movement is now going to collapse into the NDC. The obedient movement had nothing to do with party. It all had to do with Obi, the person of Obi. And so Obi is in the NDC now. The obedient movement collapses into the NDC. And that was why the Labour Party was able to win in Lagos of all places.
Well, but
So
some would say it was still not enough for him to win. You know, I mean, he came third. Don't you see a repeat of?
INEC said he came third. INEC said he came third.
Well,
Right.
whatever the situation was, well, didn't you see a repeat of 2023, a three-horse race between President Bola Tinubu, Peter Obi, and Atiku repeating itself, albeit different political parties, but another three-horse race, because Peter Obi have defected now from ADC to NDC, which means Atiku will most likely be the presidential flag bearer for ADC. Didn't you see another three-horse race? And if the same thing happened according to you that INEC did, we were expecting to see a repeat of 2023.
I have said that INEC's hands are even tied now. INEC doesn't have the liberty it had in 2023 anymore. It doesn't have it.
How so?
It doesn't have it. The chances of manipulation have been limited.
How? I mean, there's little or no changes to the electoral amendment. There was little or no change in that electoral act.
There is. The only thing that is missing is real-time transmission.
And you don't think that's enough for manipulation.
It's compulsory now for the electoral result to be transmitted electronically. There's a whole lot of difference.
It is not compulsory. I think that was another controversial point where the National Assembly make it optional in a place where there is no network that it can be transmitted manually.
That is the exception. That is the exception. That's why I say INEC doesn't have the liberty it had in 2023 for a start. All right, and then I've said, even when they had it, how was Labour able to win in Lagos? The stronghold of Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay.
In spite of all that INEC did, Labour still won. And I've said the obedient movement is still alive.
Okay.
It's not just a matter of just staying positive, no, but actually looking at the dynamics.
Okay.
Now, the NDC now is not just all about Obi. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was said to have won in the north. Forget about what happened in Abuja. That's a story for another day. Kwakwanso is there now. That is going to be very, very seriously doubtful now.
You think Kwakwanso is stronger than Atiku in the north?
Kwakwanso is stronger than Atiku in the north.
Really?
Over and over again.
But
Yes?
the articulate movement is quite strong in the north. You think they are stronger than the Kwankwaseya movement?
How much of the strength did you see, even though INEC did what it did, how much of the strength did you see in the 2023 elections of the articulated movement in the north?
I mean, Atiku came very close second to Tinubu. You think that's not a huge thing to consider?
I have said that is what INEC said.
Okay, that is what INEC said.
Not INEC.
Okay. One last question before we allow you go. The camp of Atiku Abubakar Monday cautioned opposition parties against zoning the 2027 presidential ticket exclusively to the south, warning that such a strategy could pave the way for President Bola Tinubu's easy re-election. What do you think of that statement from the Atiku camp?
Well, I don't know. Atiku is probably just trying to keep his hopes alive and have legitimacy or justification for his picking the ticket.
Okay.
I think that's all he's trying to do. Other than that, what he's warning or trying to warn about, it doesn't rather reflect the dynamics on the ground. As I've said, with the spade work that we know B has done in the north all these years, been obvious. It's been very obvious. And we're running with Kwakwanso. And we know where the Southeast naturally would go. And the divide that the effect will be even in the West and across the nation. And now with the impetus of Kwakwanso, if there's going to be the least person to be considered now, it will be Atiku. And for me, I think that the man who holds the aces as far as followership or acceptance or spread now would be Obi. The only thing Central Bola Tinubu will do what is best known for manipulation. But how far he'll be able to succeed this time around is very limited now for the reasons they are given.
Okay. Barrister Takon, we have to let you go. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That was Destiny Takon, a public affairs analyst and a legal practitioner. It is time to join the conversation. 0700-903-903-903. Again, 0700-903-903-903. Or 003-692-9933. Again, 003-692-9933. You also have the option of calling us or text us via WhatsApp, and our WhatsApp line is 081-717-56338. Again, 081-717-56338. Hello.
Hello, Solomon.
Yes, so welcome to Matters.
Good afternoon, Solomon.
Good afternoon. Tell us in a way you can.
Yeah, well done for your good work. My name is Sunday. I'm calling from Mushi.
Okay, Sunday, go ahead.
Yeah, well done, sir. You see, just like what your analysis talk about, APC will not find it, or rather the INEC will not really find it, because when a man knows that thief is coming to his house, he must prepare. That is it. It's a different thing that you don't know that thief is coming, that when a thief writes you a letter, okay, get ready, I am coming. So you do your best to get your best security to protect yourself, your family, and your house. So what it simply means is that NDC, with P2B and the past elections experience, should teach him a lesson as a person. I mean P2B as a person. So the mistake that happened during the last election, he need to correct them now. Even now he's in the NDC. And the NDC as a person who had an experience of what happened in the past election should also waken up and try to cover the leak posts where they were taken over from, and cover it also, that such thing that happened last time won't happen again. So the best thing is that a man who knows that thief is coming to his house, get ready for the thief, that when the thief comes, he will not succeed. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Keep the conversation coming. 003-692-9933. Hello. Yes, so welcome to VOP.
Fine, man. How you doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now, I be the talk.
Oh, ABCD.
Hallelujah.
Okay, talk to us.
They don't start. See, let me tell you something. We were threatening when they were together. Are you getting me? In ABC. In fact, the Bible said that a house divided. What you talk, they cannot stand.
You don't bring Bible inside. Okay. Oh.
That's so. She gets me. That, in fact, we were so scared when he was with Atiku, who be Kwakwaso 1 million. They compare her with 7 million. Why would they like this? In fact, that's why. In fact, I used to wonder that. How we in Nigeria say we will see? Somebody, okay, you want to kick out a government that for the very first time in over 50 years, we are producing our own local production of oil. See, let me tell you, NGC, you see what they do so. They don't boss and sandwich Peter Obi and Kwankwaso. They have boxed them. How will you say you want to give them a south 4 years, north? For if they finish 4 years, Oh boy. They don't know politics. Therefore, go meet Jagaban. Go teach them. It's magnanimous. Now, person where they forgive little people where you can't point eye. They forgive them. Therefore, go meet them. Teach them politics. Are you getting Mr. Solomon? So this is your say whether they start say at least now they will stop them.
Okay.
Say ruling party they start from opposition. I think they saw the political party that did their convention, ADC,
Okay.
SDP,
Thank you.
NGC,
Thank you.
Labour.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
So they stop them. You get me.
Thank you.
Jagaban all the way. She.
Okay, keep the conversation coming. 003-692-9933 and 0700-903-903-903. Our WhatsApp line, call, text 081-717-56338. Hello.
Sulu, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is MD, the referendum advocate for Sulu.
Okay, go ahead.
All these permutations of 2023, who came first, second, and third, there's nothing like that. Everybody knows, except those who don't want to know. Even on independent candidates, if there's something like that, you win straight away. He did it twice, let alone now everybody knows what is happening. That we have scavengers in the corridors of power that has brought us to this laughable state in international and otherwise. So the issue of who came first, like your guest there, that is what INEC said. That is check out the results in Plateau, Benue, and Rivers. If in Lagos here, the one they give will be 400 something, you enter into millions. You will see this time around they will give a millions from Lagos. They manufacture millions and give him. So all of us know the issue is that Nigerians, if they want to continue this way, let them continue. That one that I feel that is calling from the depth of Indian Ocean because he says it's from Ekwe. I don't think it's from Ekwe because if it's from Ekwe, he knows what is happening. They just give them money, give them everything to be talking every time, repeating what they said for them to be talking. As if he knows who he is, but he doesn't know anything about it. Neither does he know anything politically, just a political fact. They just the money they are getting. But this time around, if Nigerians don't get it right, just that I don't really believe in one Nigeria. What I want is a referendum. If you want one Nigeria, that's why we confirm it. I'm still saying it because the dynamics are there that Nigeria is still not one. But it can start from maybe well. It can reset Nigeria, then from there we'll continue. So have a nice day.
Thank you. Our WhatsApp line is 081-717-5633. You can send us message there or you can call us. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to VOP.
Yeah, Mark. On that.
Okay, Mark. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, I think the politicians are politicians and they always be politicians. So I think thinking about the defection of politicians, the APC, and they are stranded in the party, and there is an explosion or whatever. I think you are taking it too far. You are taking it too far. What is happening in APC happens every party, in every party. Can you tell me one party that they are not aggrieved members? Just mention one party that you now have aggrieved members. There is none. Absolutely none. Okay? Now look at the lawmakers that are defecting or that have defected into APC or into ADC or NDC. We have 109 senatorial seats. 109. And we have hundreds of interested candidates vying for 109 seats. In the Federal House of Representatives, we have 360 seats. And we have hundreds of interested candidates trying to contest for 360 seats. We have 36 states in Nigeria, so we have 36 governors. And we have governors, we have about 10 states or 9 states that's going to be open for new candidates. And we have, take for instance, Lagos State. Then we have about 6 candidates that are interested in contesting for governorship seats. But at the end of the day, we have to settle for a consensus. So I think the major issue here is no matter who have accepted in the APC and they are agreed, you can't have everybody contesting for a seat or 109 seats. Okay? So there will be off trading. where people have to give and then people have to take.
Okay, thank you.
So even Obi himself has to lead ADC to NDC because he has to get his ticket.
Thank you,
So
thank you, thank you. You have to go. We have to go. You've gone past the 2 minutes mark. Thank you. Okay, know the rules, no mudslinging. Don't come and start antagonizing other people's opinion. And please, 2 minutes max. 2 minute max. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, so welcome to VOP.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Akudeba is my name.
Okay, Akudeba, go ahead.
Solo, I laugh when people see the obvious truth and then try to turn a blind eye. Solo, let me ask you a question. When somebody said, go there, stay there, scatter them, make sure you are scatter them, do the needful, do the right thing, was it that party member that was saying that? Is somebody from the ruling party that was charging a party member, another party member to go and do that? Who is inciting that? Is it not the ruling party? Look at what happened when Bible wants to have his meeting in the ADC. People went there and scattered everywhere. Is it the ADC people that are causing that? The answer is no. You know what happened in Bakassi when ADC was having their meeting. Somebody went there and scattered every down thing. Is it ADC members? Is it not a ruling party? And they are shouting that they do not want to see any other thing aside from APC. So Nigerians, those who know the truth, that those who want to play to the gallery, will play to the gallery. The good thing here is this. Give it to Peter Obi. He outsmart every one of them. He have his card that he keep it to his chest. Come 2027, the ruling party will come a distant third. Just mark this. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's read some messages. Good afternoon, Oga Solo. Fubara deserved what he was served with. The campaign to APC alone doesn't qualify him for a second term. How did he uphold democratic principles in his first term? Is it someone who has refused to work with the House of Assembly and as a result refusing to submit a budget for scrutiny? This isn't to forget how he has defied the president's intervention several times, and you think the party would forgive all these? Wike, on the other hand, is a win-win situation with APC and the president. The president gave Wike a lifeline, otherwise he would have gone into political oblivion. Wike, on the other hand, had supported President Tinubu when others rejected him. There is no patriotic PDP member than Wike today. There are people parading themselves as PDP members today when Wike stood his ground while they were jumping from one party to another. Lord Moses from Egbeda. Thank you very much, Lord Moses. Good afternoon, VOP. Proverbs 29:25. The fear of man bringeth a snare, but those who put his trust in the Lord shall be saved. Those who are defecting are doing so because of fear. Fear is a satanic strategy to bring terror on his victim. That's what is happening to those who are defecting. Okay. Kachi from Ikeja. I see your message, but I'm not going to read them. We don't like mudslinging here. Just send us your own opinion instead of criticizing other people's opinion. Okay. Good afternoon, Solomon. The issue of Atiku be strong in the Nigerian politics and power broker in the north is no more there, and this is because PDP is dead already and no more governors on his side, unlike last time 2023. Thanks, Apostle Parry from Egon, Lagos. Thank you very much. How do oppositions woo the disgruntled APC members when party defectors have closed last night? Fubara was boxed to a corner. Imagine conducting screening after the defection window was closed. It is what it is. Good afternoon, Ike from Ikotun. Thank you very much, Ike. Good afternoon, Solo. Someone told me you guys used to block people once they don't align with your ideology. Really? Because we've got people from every from the north, from the south, Igbos, Yorubas, Hausas calling this station. We PDP members, APC members. I just read two messages from an APC member here. ADC all calling into the station. So no, that is AY from Ikotun. That not true. Okay, I'm sure if you were listening to this show since morning, you would have heard people from all walks of life, different tribes and different religion calling into the station. Good day, so Nigeria is so advanced that we know the result of elections even before elections. Say Sheikot from Itire. Okay, thank you, Sheikot. Good day, Mr. Souls. From the political calculations, I hope NDC, Peter Obi have made all their plans well by providing party agents in all polling units and wards chairman in all constituency in Nigeria to avoid what happened in 2023 in Labour Party for not able to provide agents in some polling units that created room for rigging them out in last election. May God see us through. Pastor Mike from Maryland. Thank you very much, Pastor Mike. Hello.
Hello.
Switch off your radio set, please.
Hello, I don't move.
Okay. Tell us where you're calling from. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. I greet you, sir.
I greet you too. We thank God, boss.
Mazi Sonny calling from Ojalaba.
Okay, Mazi Sonny, go ahead.
I want to ask Solo. If a former president, Goodluck Jonathan, he want to contest, I'm sure that the people are talking that he's the warming up to contest under PDP. Is it PDP of Wike want to contest and be for tracking on which one he want to contest?
Yeah, we don't know. we are ready to see. We don't know. We are just seeing it the way you are saying it, sir.
I don't understand. Why this man want to go arrest? He want to cast their name. But I'm not sure. I'm really doubting because I'm not sure say the good luck can do that thing. But maybe it will be rumor. Because if it's true, that man won't fail himself because he's not supposed to be done because no weekend fashion and the tracking fashion is different. And which one will fit take inside of the two of them? So PDP already go down. So now at the ending of the registration now go end to the yesterday. How if you jump another party now? So I'm not even sure the show that he going anywhere.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you. Join the conversation 0700-903-903-903 and 0803-692-9933. Our WhatsApp line, you can call or message us there 081-717-56338. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to VOP.
Yeah, my name is Agassi. I'm calling from Aradago Badagry.
Okay, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Listen, I want to ask, what this guy asked, which party Jonathan want to negotiate? Is that NDC or what party again?
Well, there have been several rumors. We don't know which is true. There are some rumors that are saying he will defect to NDC and support Peter Obi, and there are some that said he will contest as president under PDP. We just wait and see. We don't know for sure.
Please let him just, for due respect, let him respect himself. I know he's a good man, but let him give Peter Obi a chance.
Okay.
Let him give Peter Obi a chance. I know Peter Obi is his boy, but let me put it in. It's not that he's a boy, but I know he's his guy, So let him give that chance so that will let us try Peter Obi. So let's see how Nigeria will go. Okay. I wish Peter Obi all the best and good luck. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you. Our WhatsApp line 081-717-56338. Keep the messages coming in. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
My name is Benjamin.
Sorry?
Benjamin.
Oh, sorry. You're going to have to call us back. We can hardly hear you. Your network is bad, please. We sincerely apologize for that. 08036929933. We'll have 5 more minutes to go. Hello.
Hello.
Switch off your radio set, please. Switch off your radio set.
I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry.
Okay.
This is James calling from IPJ, which is Yanopaja.
Okay, James.
I just want to respond to that caller who said that your radio station always block those who are not in line with your own views. Is a blatant lie from the pit of hell. Everybody call VOP. They call it VOP, Voice of the People. APC call. Even is it not this IAB that just dropped call of recent? Is it not APC?
Well, hopefully he's listening. So,
so people that are saying that your radio station is blocking all other people, they are all liars.
Anyway, just leave him. Just give us your own opinion.
So my own opinion is that no matter what Jagaban is planning, he has already failed. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Tinubu cannot become Nigeria president, no matter what he does. Even at all, if Tinubu want to remain Nigeria president, God will kill him. He's going to die.
No. Stop. Jesus. Oh, we do sincerely apologize for that, please. Wow. Oh, hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Solomon.
Good afternoon, welcome to VOP.
Yes, my name is Chike. I'm calling from Papa.
Okay, Chike, go ahead.
You see, we are talking about how opposition can stabilize and face this evil government. And good luck, Jonathan is bringing out his head. I don't understand. Is it that it's coming out? So what makes him believe that he will do better now? Because he was voted out during 2015 because he was not doing well. Look at the level of corruption that happens in his tenure that time. So I don't know what is he coming. It's not that Goodluck Jonathan was that best president we ever had, where everybody is saying he's a good man. The only legacy I think Goodluck Jonathan has is that he accepted defeat for peace to reign.
Peaceful transition of power.
Yes, that is the only legacy I can can't Goodluck Jonathan for. Goodluck Jonathan is not different from the present president we have now. So the only thing I see there is that if Goodluck, later came out and said he's contesting, one thing is involved. Maybe the day he went to see Tinubu, they have negotiated on how the Peter Obi base will be, the vote of Peter Obi base will be shared.
Okay.
So that they will be vulnerable to win the election. That is the way I'm seeing it.
Okay.
And for my fellow listeners, what I do when that guy called Abe called, I switch off my radio. I switch off my radio.
Let's leave it. Let's leave it at what you said. Okay.
I want it again so that I don't listen to nonsense.
No, let's leave it at that, please. Thank you. I said that the rules no more. Look, just forget other people's opinion. Just tell us your own, okay? We are all entitled to our opinion. And this is VOP, Voice of the People. You need to understand that we all can't have the same opinion. We all can't support the same persons. Diversity is not a curse. Give us your opinion. I give you my opinion. Let's have constructive criticism and constructive discussions, okay? It is what makes the world go round. Okay, one more call and I'll be ready to sign off. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Su.
Yes, welcome to VOP.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, it's UC calling from Apapa of Lagos State.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was a question you asked your analyst that is Wike having a big influence in APC? Yes, Wike holds a very big influence in APC. Now, why should somebody be in PDP and is picking a candidate, governorship candidates in River State against the political ruling party candidates? How should that happen? Which means before the president, every other person in APC is nothing compared to what Wike is. Now, Wike has not officially decamped from PDP to join APC. He is in PDP, killing PDP, at the same time working for the interest of APC in the center. Now, the governor there took side. So APC, I thought Uzodinma of Imo State is going to help him. Now, Uzodinma has been boxed and also showed the way out as the leader of the governorship forum of the APC. So you could see everything that is happening there. It's confusing and it's also problematic for the party itself.
Okay.
So It's very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.
Okay.
The one thing need to be very, very clear to the people of Nigeria. You see, the country belongs to us. The president might have his own will, his power. He might control the judiciary. He might control the executive. He might control the law and everything. But one thing is this. The decision to change Nigeria remains in our hands. Let us all go out on that very day, on that very election, vote our choice, stay there and defend our votes.
Okay.
If we all go out in mass and in millions, to read the election will be very, very difficult, like what happened in Lagos State reference. So, Mr. Sani, we want to round up.
Thank
Hope
you.
you have a great day.
Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, King Solomon. It's a pity the campaigner of Jagaban just exposed that week they are by saying they're afraid when Atiku and Obi were together. I laugh. Obi all the way, Grandma Maggie from Oshodi. Thank you very much, Grandma Maggie. Let's see. I wish the masses are united as our politicians are so united to play with us. Sheyi Court from Itire. Thank you very much, Sheyi Court. Greetings, Solomon. I don't agree with the last caller. Jonathan is not the same as the man who is there now. Will the man there now concede power like Jonathan did? Bimbola Yakubu from Agege. Thank you very much, Bimbola Yakubu. Good afternoon, souls. What are Nigerians complaining about? Insecurity, high cost of living, high transportation cost, corruption, high accommodation fees, poor remuneration. I expect the government to sincerely tackle these issues one after the other. Once this is done, Nigerians will have fewer reasons to complain. Unfortunately, the government have failed to address the suffering of the people. Emmanuel from Lagos. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Let's see. Okay. Wilfred from Surulere. Mr. Solomon, you go explain, tire. No evidence. You're trying to moderate people on their calls. Baba, people they para, people they vex. Okay, well, at least I go try my best to moderate. Maybe they no come put me on my station for Wahala. Good afternoon, Solomon. Solomon Asika from Mushin. Some callers will call to get your attention, just mudslinging someone, so your hands should always be on the stop button. I don't envy your work. I'm telling you, it is a very difficult thing to do, but we'll try our best. Good afternoon, VOP Solomon. Nigerian masses have concluded their minds on whom to hand over the leadership come 2027, not minding the numbers of people contesting. Obi is the man. CYC Honesty from Isolo. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Solomon. I'm sorry for Fubara. Can you imagine how they roped him in? APC is evil. Chris from Igondo. Thank you very much. It is time for us to go. Matters will be right back on Wednesday with Chioma on VOP 90.3 FM, 1:30 to 1:30 to 3. The new Nigeria debate will be tomorrow, 1:30 to 3, with Chioma Innocent and Esther Wachuku. Stay tuned to VOP 90.3 FM for the rest of our shows. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles at VOP 903 FM. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at VOP 903 FM. I am Solomon Ofem. Follow me on IG at Solofem1, SOLOFEM figure 1, Solofem1 on IG, and on X at Solofem. Good afternoon and enjoy the rest of our shows.